Hello everybody and welcome back to the video. If you're watching this on Brian Loves Blockchain, please like, share and subscribe to the video. And if you're watching it on Brian on Boards to Crypto on Facebook, please share, like, send it around, go crazy, shout it from the rooftops, because it really helps the channel and it really helps me understand what kind of content you want. As always, here we keep things simple and straightforward. High reward, low risk. We give you some news, tips, hints, tips and tricks. I just said tips twice, but that's okay because it's a candid, uncut video from the car. And the reason I'm not doing it in the studio is because, well, we've had the floods. And then we've had everything else, and I've had to move, and I did my back in, but you don't need to hear about any of that. I just wanted to do a quick video because a lot of people are asking me, and I don't have the time to get back to everybody, what to do with the market at the moment. It's going up, it's going down. A couple of days ago it was going up, everyone was like, yay, this is amazing. And of course it went down, as I said, last night, I think it was, last night. And so people are asking me, do I get back into the markets? Do I do big chunks of change? Do I dollar cost average in? People, the simple answer to that is the economy is a fucking mess. I know you think it's amazing because it's sunny and you're beside the beaches and everything's fine, yay, but it's not. Those who are in the know see that petrol prices are out of control, and historically before every recession, petrol prices get out of control for a certain number of weeks, and we've passed that point. Yes, we have an election coming up, blah, 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 whatever. That's only going to push inflation higher because they're just going to be pushing money all over the place to stay in power. So what do you do is the question in all of this. How do you protect your wealth? How do you grow your wealth at a time like this? Because funny enough, the big guys, the billionaires and the millionaires, this is where they make a fortune. They make a fortune in the booms. They also make a fortune on the busts because they know where to go. Now, you can be that person who just wants to be safe and buy gold, because historically in a recession gold goes up, in a depression gold goes up, in war gold goes up, and that's fine. Go lug around giant pieces of metal from the earth if that's your thing. I mean, go for it. But right now, obviously, this is a digital asset investing channel, and Bitcoin is the new gold 2.0, if you will. It's more transferable, it's more divisible, it's can't be confiscated like gold was. It was, look it up, back in the day. They confiscated the gold off the Americans. People forget this, and then they sold it back to them at a premium. Shocking. So what to do? Because everyone wants to invest, and a lot of people are asking me, do I put big chunks in or do I dollar cost average? Look, in a market like this where everything is going, stocks are going up and crypto is going up, but you know that the market is about to tank and is going down, it's because the interest rate is so shit and the inflation is so high, people are taking their money and investing it. And this means the M1 money supply slows down because the velocity of money moving around the economy starts to dwindle as people start to hoard cash or pump up the stock market, the gold market and the crypto market. So in one way it looks amazing. This is the thing most people don't get. In one way it looks like a recovery, but it's not. It's the boom before the bust. And you can play this market if you want. I'm not going to play this market, to be honest, because it's very hard to time a boom before a bust. Very hard to do. So I'm setting up my positions now, not financial advice as per usual. I am just telling people to dollar cost average into the safe assets. If you're a metalhead, that's gold and silver and nickel, go for it, go crazy. If you're a food person, go into the farms, amazing, but there's going to be a food shortage, so that's a tricky one too. If you're a digital asset investor, then Bitcoin is the way to go. Bitcoin is the ultimate store of value. It's been proven over and over and over again. Now, what cryptos do you go into after that? I can't tell you that because I can't give financial advice, yada, yada, yada. But the safest things at the moment are the metaverse tokens. Decentraland, Mana, Sand, Alien Worlds, Blocktopia, Gala, Engine. And if you're like, there's far too many names there, then just invest into the S&P 500 of metaverse tokens, which is Engine basically. And then of course you've got your Ethereum. There's never a bad time to invest in Ethereum. And also XRP and Cardano. Why XRP? You say, it's a banker's coin, blah, 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 blah. Shut up about the banker's coin thing. I know you're purists and that's fine, but we have to work with the enemy to then take them over. That's just what happens. And to be honest, the value proposition of XRP at the moment is phenomenal. It's like $1. It's going to win the SEC case. If not, it's going to get a slap on the wrist. That token is going to skyrocket. It's absolutely going to skyrocket. Sorry, that digital asset. Tokens don't have their own blockchain. Side note. So it's absolutely going to skyrocket. So for me, that's safe. That's just for me. XRP is safe right now because no matter what happens with the economy, when the case is cleared, the winning of that case will buffer the collapsing of the economy. Cardano, it's just a very strong project and most of it's staked and staked for a long time. So there's not going to be a massive sell-off there. That's a slow sleeping giant that you stick with for a good few years. Ethereum, it's just a no-brainer for Christ's sake. It's Web 3.0. Like, why wouldn't you invest in it? And lastly, I'm just going to leave you with this because I'm trying to keep this under 10 minutes. I've heard a lot of this crap about Bitcoin being too expensive. If you think Bitcoin and Ethereum are too expensive, you're not understanding the value that they offer. You're investing in software. Stop chasing those stupid bullshit meme coins unless you have lots of money. If there is no utility, you are gambling. You're just a gambler. And what those coins are designed to do in some way is to take your money to buy more Bitcoin. That's all it is. That's all it is. Yes, okay, it's 15 cents. Will it get to $1? Who gives a fuck, okay? That happened in the last few bull runs. It's not going to happen this time. It's just not. The spreads, the tightness, the ranges are getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And the rug pulls, actually, when it does go over $1, are happening quicker. So if you are someone with a low amount of money and you don't want high risk, stop going into these coins. There's a reason Bitcoin and Ethereum are 75 to 7 grand respectively, because of the value proposition, because of what they offer, because how they protect your money, because of the future of the software you're investing in the next web layer. That's why they're at that price, not just because someone believes. I hear this shit all the time from investment people, from stock traders. Oh, it's only at that price because the other person's willing to buy it for that. Why is the other person willing to buy it for that? Because the economy is a goddamn mess. And Bitcoin returns around, on average, 200% on your return for the last 10 years, day in, day out, for Christ's sake. That's why people are buying it. They're buying it because gold was taken off them. They're buying it because CPI is not at 6%, it's at 12%. They're buying it because your bank isn't giving you enough interest. They're buying it because your governments don't really give a fuck about you. And all this money printing they're giving you, you will be having to foot the bill for that. And how can you foot the bill for that when your savings are eroding in the bank? And even if you keep it somewhere else, it's eroding through inflation anyway. So that's why these things are at that price. You've got to look at the price, not in terms of what, oh, that's a really high price. You've got to ask yourself why it is at that price. Why still even now it's at that price? And I don't give a damn if Bitcoin drops 30%. Those 30% drops, by the way, they're still factored into the 200% on average return every year. This is what people don't get. People come back to me and go, oh, but it drops 30, 40%, 2 or 3 times a year. I don't know why they always sound like that, but they do. And yeah, that's already been baked into the 200% average. Now, there's nothing else in the world you can say about that. So it doesn't matter if it's 74%. It doesn't matter if you're getting $100 of it or $50 of it. It's not about how much Bitcoin you get. It's how much of your wealth you protect. So if you get $50 of Bitcoin and it's returning 200% on average, you've got a lot more than $50. If you put it somewhere else, you might have less. So just think about that ongoing. Now's not the time to be doing dodgy, risky investments. Now's the time to stick to what this channel is all about, which is keeping things straightforward and simple. High reward, low risk. That's what you're aiming for here. You're not a gambler, you're a 10-year investor. So stick to the good coins, dollar cost average in. If you see a massive dip, then go for the big buy. But right now you're just watching, you're watching to see what happens. You're watching to see what happens after the election. You're watching to see what happens in Ukraine. Don't jump on the bandwagon and be that dumbass that tries to swim with the whales only to be eaten by them. I hope that helps. Again, please like, share and subscribe to the channel. And if you have any questions, please drop them down below. I like to answer people's questions because I like people and I like them protecting their investments. I'll see you in the next one.